Hello. Just checking the microphone. Okay. Hello. Hi. Welcome. My name's Kate Michelle, and if you're new here, I'm the creator of the Meta Mindset YouTube channel that makes brain break videos in French. And if you're not new here, welcome back to another edition of Coffee Chat with Kate. That's good. It's still warm. Thank goodness. I made the coffee before I set all this stuff up, and I was hoping it would still be warm, and it is, so that's wonderful. Welcome to the Coffee Chat, where I just blah blah about pretty much anything that's going on in my life right now that I want to talk about. First things first, Halloween party tonight. I'm part of a group costume thing where a friend of mine is really into all this getting dressed up stuff, and she makes it really fun. And we're going to a party at the gym. The theme is something and villains. Anyway, we're supposed to be villains because that's part of our group costume. But we got these masks from Etsy, and they're doing kind of Looney Tunes things, so I'm going to be the Animaniac, the brain. I did not finish the nose yet. I have to finish the nose, and I think I have to finish the part that goes into the top because it doesn't fit me quite right, and I don't know how I'm going to see because I can't wear my glasses when I'm wearing. Do you want to see what it looks like? Okay, hold on.
No one fled the cities. They found us humorous.
Where are you going, Brain?
Back to our cage, Pinky. We must plan for tomorrow night.
Why? What are we going to do tomorrow night?
The same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try to take over the world.
This is it. So I have to put the thing inside the top somehow so that I can see what I'm doing. I feel a little bit disheveled. I did just wake up and I put some clothes on. I did brush my hair, but it doesn't really look like it did. Put some makeup on too this time. So what I'm doing is finishing that mask. I'm doing this video. I'm going to try and finish the video for the letter S. Because in the first block for the science of reading, we are doing A, I, E, L, T, S. And so this past week we just did L. I had already done a video on that one. Next week we've decided to do T. And for the last week of the block we're going to do S. And so I'm preparing some S resources this morning and tomorrow. Kind of doing some of the vocabulary stuff where we work on it during the week of the phoneme that we're working on, but then we are kind of doing reviews every once in a while. So we're going to use learning centers, so les centres d'apprentissage that I have on the Meta Mindset website, on TPT. In following weeks, so like after we've learned the phoneme, then I'm going to put on the, we're going to play the cherche trouve one. And the Écrit la salle is kind of like an extra center that we're going to be using when the kids are done their other centers. And then there's the étude de son, le son T, or any other sounds so far that I've already done. I have to do the S one. I am working on a word wall, but I haven't finished that. I'd like to post it once I get the whole alphabet done. So yeah, I'm going to be kind of posting things as I go. I'm feeling still pretty emotionally drained and exhausted at the end of almost every day, but it is significantly less than before. Definitely starting at the new gym and working out at least 3 times a week has been very helpful for me. I look forward to it. It gives me a time to decompress, hang out with some positive people, and just think about other things. So it helps kind of to have that be done right after school so I can decompress, just change what I'm thinking about. Like, I don't like sticking around at school, talking about school, going home, working about school, even doing the meta mindset stuff when I'm doing all of that and not taking time out for myself. I think it makes me feel more burnt out, really. yeah, the gym's been very good for pretty much everything. I think it was like 35 people, or more than 30 anyway, people that were at the gym ran the Detroit half marathon, I believe. I don't know if anybody ran the full one, but if they did, that's super duper awesome. And it's super awesome to run the half as well. It's quite an accomplishment. They had this whole cheer section at the down by the river, because the people run over the bridge, then they run down the riverfront in Windsor, and then you run through the tunnel and go back to Detroit for the finish line. It's a super cool race to run, so if you ever get a chance to do it, I definitely recommend it. I've done it before. But because of my hip, and that was causing kind of some knee pain, I decided to drop out this year and keep working on the running, keep working on building my strength so that I can run it more comfortably and not be worried about getting injured next year. So I think that was a good choice for me, and I love cheering, so I brought my cowbell and I cheered for hours, and I lost my voice a little bit. But yeah, and it's super fun to support people that have worked really hard on achieving like whatever their goal was, whether it was just to finish it or just to run it the first time, or to get a better time, or just to get healthier. It's super cool to watch, because I'm sure all of the thousands of people that run in that race have a goal, and it's something, I just think that it's cool to watch people pushing their own limits. I really, really, really appreciate that about people who do, especially sporting events, because it requires a lot of training and thought and preparation, and it's really hard work, and it's something that definitely people who do that sort of thing should be proud of, because it's super cool, I think, anytime you're trying to better yourself. Okay, I'm kind of rambling, so I'm gonna keep moving along. I finally finished this book, and I think the most valuable chapter for me was actually the last chapter, which was the one that I was kind of avoiding. I talked about this with my therapist, but the last chapter is about meditation, and I think because I have a tendency to be very anxious, I kind of avoid the meditation part, even though I know that it's going to be good for you. And actually, the things that I learned, meditation improves people's mood. It improves the way the brain works. It actually improves the efficiency of the brain. And when people are meditating, there are electrical currents going all through the brain. So the brain is kind of like communicating all over the place, which is super cool. There's a lot more gamma activity in people who have a lot of experience meditating, which is actually quite good for the brain. There are also larger brain volumes in people who meditate regularly, which means that the brain is actually bigger and heavier, and there's a lot more connections going on in the brain. So it's all good stuff. So personally, I have been for quite a while trying to get into it, but I'm kind of like Wendy Suzuki on this one. I'm kind of like a here and there one. When I'm really anxious, it's really difficult, but my therapist just recommended, like, just do 2 minutes, just do 4 minutes. And that's actually something that Wendy Suzuki recommends, is to start off doing it for a really short period of time. And there's a couple of brain hacks in here. That's what she calls them in this book. Meditation is simple. It does not take long. It can be done anywhere, and it has a powerful effect on your brain-body connection. So here are a couple of tips. So meditate at the beginning of your day. Take 4 minutes to recite one goal or intention for your life. Another suggestion is to go to a quiet place outside and just sit silently for 4 minutes while focusing on the natural world around you and nothing else. I kind of do that in the morning, but because it's getting later into autumn, it's pretty dark outside, so there's not much noise in the hour before sunrise, so it's kind of hard to do. But I do just step out into the grass with my bare feet and take deep breaths and try to listen for things like the wind, or just feel the ground beneath my toes. How cold is it? Or I focus on my breath, so just focusing on the breath going into your nostrils and out through your mouth, like kind of like that. And I try to do that for at least 2 minutes because it feels like I'm doing it forever, but then I look down and I'm actually only have been doing it for like a minute or so. So I don't want to use a timer or anything, but I just try to really sit there. So I have a difficult time sitting still. Most of my life, maybe it's because of ADHD or something, but I really have a hard time sitting still. I did a lot of sports when I was a kid. I was always moving. And I knew that I had to move to be able to do things to stay calm and stuff like that. And I still feel like that nowadays. So sitting in that position is quite uncomfortable for me, but I'm working on it because I know that it's good for you to actually calm down and regulate your nervous system. Other things she says that you could do is use a mantra like Om or Ah for 4 minutes. Before you go to bed, sit quietly for 4 minutes, focusing on your breath. So you can put your hand on your belly and just feel it rising and falling while you're laying down in bed. Find a meditation buddy and try to do partnered sessions 3 times a week is another suggestion. Expert meditators have more efficient processing in the brain, which is important for attention. So that's something that for me personally is important for me, but also as I'm thinking as a teacher, meditation would be a good practice to put into classrooms because it helps students with attention and focus. 8 weeks of meditation practice in novices has been shown to be associated with strong EEG signals in the anterior part of the brain. Long-term medication has been reported to increase the size of various brain areas. Meditation improves mood in subjects with social anxiety disorder, and meditation enhances attention during emotional situations in subjects with social anxiety disorder. But I guarantee you it'll improve the mood of anybody that probably does it. This book, I think, has been very valuable, especially for little tips and tricks. And I would like to make a video about it that explains that kind of thing. I have been dreaming up a video for quite some time about stress and how to manage stress and how to help students manage stress. So that hopefully will be coming before Christmas. If I can figure out how to do these progress reports, I think we'll be grooving after that. Yes, and I did want to say that I have been doing the stuff that's in this book as well. I know I've mentioned this book before. There are a lot of practical suggestions about how to integrate social emotional learning in the classroom. I'll tell you though, it is quite difficult because there are a lot of different emotions going on in the classroom. So, like I said, even regulating my own emotions has been difficult at times and challenging because you're dealing with all these little ones, emotions that are kind of all over the place and never the same. So yeah, that's quite challenging. For the morning meetings in October, I am going to update the November ones, hopefully this weekend as well. I gotta really get on. I gotta stop talking so that I can get this done. The morning salutation, the students are really starting to enjoy it. They really liked the one about flying around the classroom and saying hello to your friends like you're a ghost. They really liked the Addams Family song. They are really starting to like the l'appréciation où on fait 2, 4, 6, 8, qui est-ce qu'on apprécie? Catherine, yay, Catherine. The first time I did it, they were like, seriously? And I was like, you guys are 6, let's have fun. And then finally they started getting into it. Now they sing it all the time. They just like cheer for each other. It's kind of cute. There's just we capable one we had to stop it because we're doing the kids started doing gymnastics in the class, and I was like, no gymnastics, guys, in here. It's too small. So they were doing like cartwheels and splits, and I was like, okay. Then I had to make a rule that everybody had to do a different one because we're doing all the same, and I was like, I can't do the splits 600 times or even once. So anyway, they really like the moi aussi one. You say hello and then you say something that you like, and then if other people like it too, they raise their hands or they can go moi aussi. And the scary voice one got really creative yesterday, and I really enjoyed that. That was fun. The students in my class are really starting to get into the communication part where we do pensée partage. We did get, I think I might put another one in November of Lequel n'appartient pas. They really liked that one. The conversation about the Joyeux Anniversaire one was quite interesting. Oh, this is the one. Okay, so the Rire aux éclats one, they love it so much. They ask me if we can play. It's basically, essentially, the teacher has a beach ball and you throw it up in the air and you tell them that they have to do a certain thing until the ball falls. And when the ball falls on the ground, they have to stop. So they can clap, they can buzz like a bee, they can just talk, they can snap their fingers, they can stomp on the ground. But we did a Halloween one where they had to laugh like a witch, howl like a werewolf. I don't know what the word is in English for like be like a ghost sound. What's the ghost sound? I don't know what that's called. Anyway, we did practice the shaking your body one, which they really liked. And we talked about why do you shake your body? It helps you if you're feeling really tense or anxious or just not yourself. And you can do that and take a lot of breaths. And that should help you calm your nervous system down. We did the fun walking in the forest one. And of course, we do a lot of meta mindset videos, which we all love and have fun doing. And the Halloween ones are a real hit. So I just want to share which ones were effective. I might add some of those into the November one. And definitely if you guys have any suggestions about which ones you would like to see in there, I can add those, no problem. Just shoot me a message by email. You can DM me on Instagram, or you can send me a message through the website, or comment on the video below. So the next book I'm going to get into, like I said, it's probably going to take me 400 years because I'm a really slow reader. And this one is probably going to be packed of information that I want to share with everyone. So it's probably going to take me a while to... I'm a highlighter, so I bought this book and I'm going to probably use it for quite some time. I'm very interested in reading how food affects your brain function and the rest of your body. Super duper excited about this. I found out about this through the masterclass video about brain health. I'd like to go for a run or for a walk today before I go to the party. And I need to get a lot of work done on the computer, so maybe I should start that now because this video is now about 20 minutes long. That's quite long. Yeah, I just wanted to check in with everybody, tell you how I'm doing, the things that I'm reading, the things that I'm learning. And definitely if that interests you, give me a thumbs up to the video. Put any comments below about things that you'd like to see or for me to talk about, and I'll see if I can add that. Like I said, I'm still feeling quite overwhelmed, but the transition is less intense now, and I'm starting to get into the groove for sure. We started learning centers a couple weeks ago, and it's starting to go better. The kids are asking less when they get to play because they are playing in the centers now, and they're starting to kind of get into it. They're starting to get like, okay, these are centers, these are fun games that we are playing. It's just not necessarily the free play that they are asking for. And just if anybody is wondering, I do give them free play because I do believe that it is effective and helpful in increasing learning, and that's based on actual studies that have been done that when people in general are doing things outside in nature, more specifically things in free time, relaxing, playing, they are replaying everything that they learned in their brains while they're doing those things. So it is not a waste of time to do those things. It is actually beneficial for your students, for you, and for all of your brains, because it helps you to consolidate everything that you have learned previously. So taking breaks is a very, very good thing. And The breaks are effective in the classroom if you give them free time, but they're even more effective if you give them free time outside. So if that is a possibility, it's not always a possibility in my classroom, but if it is, definitely you would do the outside break over the inside break. But both breaks do work and are effective. Anyway, I think I'm going to end that right there. If you have any suggestions about any videos or any resources that you would like me to make for you, I'd love to help you out. I'm going to add it to the list of to-dos for sure. My first priority this year is to take care of myself and the things that I need, but I'm going to share all that stuff with you guys as well because I know you will use it as well. I have gotten a couple of emails asking me where are the rest of the alphabet videos. Don't you worry, they are coming. I am making them. I have had a lot of them half made for quite some time, and I am definitely publishing them this year because I need them in my classroom, and the kids seem to love them quite a bit. So I hopefully your students love them as well. But yes, they are coming. They are not coming in order, in alphabetical order. They're coming out in the order of what we're teaching in our classrooms this year. So unless you follow the same program as we do in my school board, you kind of won't know, but I guess maybe there is some way that I can let you guys know like which order I'm doing it in. Thank you so much for all of your support. Everyone really means a lot to me. I work really hard making all these videos and making all the resources, and it's good to hear that they are helpful in the classroom, and it helps keep me motivated too, because sometimes I'm just like, ugh, I got so much work to do, you know. Definitely if I feel burnt out or too tired, I take a break and I won't get to it. I am starting to feel a lot better and more energetic, so I am starting to get to everything. So if you want something made, definitely put it there so I can put it into a list and eventually get to it. Thanks so much for following along, everybody. À la prochaine.